Hello, Cordano and Project Catalyst community. Darlington here from the Lighter Nation crew, bringing you our final closeout report for this Fund 10 funded proposal, Catalyst Explorer dRep module. Um, the big idea for this proposal was really trying out a lot of experiments and seeing what's possible, given that dReps on Catalyst is not really a thing yet. But the goal was to run a few experiments and then see what can be iterated on in a very rapid fashion once dReps do become a thing on Catalyst. And then we were also hoping to champion the use of things like IPFS for as a storage layer, and then maybe tap it into AI to do some language translation. This is the proposal. Um, some things we're trying to get through as a result of some of these experiments were to potentially increase things like votes per wallet. We This is a number we track a lot at Lighter Nation. How many items people are voting on, and most people tend to fall within the single digits. You can see some stats here in the report. Right? For example, the staggering one where over 800 proposals in some three voted for just one proposal. Some of these experiments were running on the tool on the site is to reduce the churn. It makes it easy for people to find more interesting ideas, so they can participate more. And then also with the experiments around language and translation, this is still a big ongoing experiment. It by no means ends with this proposal. The goal is to, at some point, get dReps to participate purely in their language, right? I mean, thank goodness AI is here. We're currently setting up an MCP server that hopefully can help with something like this, like real-time translation. But it would be really cool where everyone can communicate in their language and everyone can understand what others are saying natively in their own language. That's just seamless to the user interface. Um, and then some of this IPFS stuff, it's available. It's not. I don't think we've nailed down the full use case yet. But we're still again tinkering and iterating on this idea. But what we were exploring how interesting ways to use IPFS as a storage layer instead of just um, databases and you know object stores. Um, like I said, the big part of this proposal was experimenting and sort of getting the Catalyst Explorer to be Catalyst Voices ready. We did a lot of that. Catalyst Voices, obviously, as we know, had a slightly extended timeline to to really bring um, like more of an infrastructure and a framework versus just one application to the Cardano ecosystem. But the V1 is out, and we've been able to jump in there and really experiment with different things, including setting up pipelines um for being able to sync between Catalyst Explorer and Catalyst Voices to be able to pull data down, decode them, compress them, and things of this nature. And we already have login with Catalyst.id. We're currently working to tie these Catalyst IDs to previous Catalyst profiles that came before Catalyst Voices, like idea skill profiles. So this is ongoing, but so far, this is looking very promising. We've been able to get into the code base and dig around and, you know, things of this nature. There's a new API that's out, uh, much more clean up API, much more flexible. It's easy to include, exclude just the data you want. And this is still with REST. Uh, we have a GraphQL API coming, but that's further down the line. So yeah, overall, this the experiment was fun. It was the tech this There were technical challenges, so of course, any devs know how that goes. But I think what we have so far, it's pretty good. Let's just pop around a little bit to take a look at some of these things. Yeah, it's a new home for dRep. Just information about the whole process, FAQ. We're watching the Catalyst Voices progress and Catalyst team closely for when dRep comes out of on 15 or 16. I don't know yet, but you can sort of go through this and prototype what it might look like to be a dRep. The one caveat right now for signing up and joining this prototype, we do look at your wallet and ask for a signature to see if you voted in Project Catalyst. You have to have voted at least twice. Um, I know that was some of the original specs from a long time ago. I don't know if some of those requirements will change. And then, of course, the public can see dRep, public can delegate the dRep. This is not on chain. This is just prototyping and, like I said, getting the system ready for when we have dRep on Catalyst. The dRep was supposed to be able to publish their votes to IPFS, but actually, we sort of overhauled the whole list things. So not just dReps can create list, but any Cardano community can create list. Obviously, the dRep can as well. And so we moved that function of uploading a list to IPFS for your own record keeping uh, to to just the general list area. So if you're the owner of a list, you should have this button here that will let you publish to IPFS. It's pretty simple step. Yes, that is where we are. That's how we landed with this proposal. Catalyst DREP module. Uh, Even though the proposal is over, we're always developing this thing, and we're always improving the Catalyst Explorer. So whether there is a funded, uh, there's immediate funding or not, when Catalyst DREP comes online, some of the next steps in here, we plan to add support, full support for it. And of course, the Explorer is now open source. If some of you who know the tool know that it used to live on Light Donation, it now has its own website and is fully open source on GitHub. So of course, we always welcome contribution now that we are building in the open. That's all for this proposal. Thank you so much for your support, Catalyst community. And I will maybe see you on the next one.